Hello everyone, Sam back for another Minecraft statue tutorial. Today we're going to be building Red Hood from DC Comics. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. So to build Red Hood, you are going to need black concrete, block of netherite, gray concrete, deep slate bricks, light gray concrete, gray terracotta, brown terracotta, red wool, red terracotta, and white concrete. By the way, if you're building this on survival, I am sorry. You're going to need a lot of block of netherite. So, to start Red Hood off, we are going to do a row of 8 with your black concrete. Next row, we're going to do 1 netherite, 2 black concretes, 2 netherites, 2 black concretes, 1 netherite. Next row is entirely netherite. Next row, 1 netherite, 2 gray concretes, 2 netherites, 2 gray concretes, 1 netherite. Next row, entirely netherite. Next row, 1 black concrete, 2 netherites, 2 black concretes, 2 netherites, 1 black concrete. Next row, 1 gray concrete, 2 netherites, 2 gray concretes, 2 netherites, 1 gray concrete. Next row, we're going to do an entire row of deep slate bricks. Next row, entire row of gray concrete. Next row, entire row of deep slate bricks. Next row, 2 gray concretes, 1 black concrete, 2 gray concretes, 1 black concrete, 2 gray concretes. Next row, and this is the final row, 1 gray concrete, 2 black concretes, 2 gray concretes, 2 blacks, 1 gray. Moving on to, you know what? Let's do the sides of the legs first. Just get these out of the way. So we're going to bring this back by 3 with black concrete here. 1, 2, and 3. This next row from left to right, we're going to do 1 netherite, 2 gray concretes. We're going to do the same thing for 2 more rows. 1, 2. Just like that. Next row, 1 gray concrete, 2 black concretes. Next row, entire row of black concrete. And then we're pretty much just going to bring everything back, matching what we have on the front. Just like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a 2 by 4 square of black concrete, just like this. We're going to place a gray concrete on the end here and a gray concrete right here. Actually, no, not right here. We're going to place a brown terracotta. There we go. The other side is the exact same. Let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, I hope Red Hood gets a decent story in the DCU. I think he will, just because it's James Gunn. But I'm hoping for the best on him. Red Hood's a pretty cool character. I think he's slightly overrated, but I do think he is a really cool character. He has a lot of potential for the big screen. He hasn't really been in anything big, so minus Titans, but yeah, and put the holster on that side too. Moving on to the back of the legs, they're pretty simple as well. We are going to drag the black concrete back. And then we're going to do 3 rows of gray concrete. We're then going to do 2 solid rows of black concrete. We're going to do an entire row of gray concrete. We're going to do a row of deep slate bricks, and a row of gray concrete, and a row of deep slate bricks, and then just 2 rows of gray concrete. And there you have it. So coming back here to the front, we are going to go ahead and make the jacket, or the front of the torso. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to place a gray terracotta, 1 red concrete, 1 light gray concrete, 2 blocks of netherite, 1 light gray concrete, 1 red concrete, 1 gray terracotta. Next row, we're going to do 1 brown terracotta, 1 red concrete, 1 gray concrete, 2 blacks, 1 gray concrete, 1 red, 1 brown. So to make this a little easier, what we're going to do is in the middle section here, we are going to do, for this next row, we're just going to put 4 gray concretes here. Then we're going to do 2 black concretes in the middle for the next row. We're going to want a total of these 3 black concretes in the middle here. So just like this. And then we're going to place 2 black concretes just right here. Kind of make like a face right there. And then in between those, we're going to place 2 red wools. We're going to place 4 red wools on top of those black concretes, and then 1 red wool right here on each side. Then with our gray concrete, we're going to place 2 gray concretes here and a gray concrete on top of these red wools. And then we're going to place 2 black concretes in here and then 4 on the top, which will give you this. And then the rest of this, we're going to take our red concrete and we're just going to drag this all the way up. And on the very top 2 rows, we're going to extend these 2 over. Same thing over here. And then just drag all this up. Just like this. And then we're going to go ahead and bring all of the gray and brown terracottas forward and the red concretes forward. Just to make the jacket look a little bit cooler. Just like that. Now we'll give you the front of the torso. Moving on to the arms, we are going to drag out from this gray terracotta here. So we're going to do 2 gray concretes and then 2 blacks. We're going to do an additional row of black concrete, and then a row of gray terracotta. And then this row right here, we're going to take all the way up. And then the rest is just brown terracotta. Just like this. And then we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing over here. Just like this. And then if you want to, we can go ahead and place 2 brown terracottas just right here, which this will be his collar, but we're not to that yet. Moving on to the sides. The sides are pretty simple. We are just going to drag everything backwards by 3. So 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and just drag all this back. And that's pretty much it. So pretty simple on the sides. Most of the hard stuff is behind us. Drag all this back. Even the gray terracottas, of course. And then the black concrete. So just like that. And then the back of the arms are just mirrors of the front. So go ahead and just do that. Do the same thing over here. Just like that. And then what we're going to do is we are going to drag the entire bottom row here with gray terracotta, and then we're just going to fill the rest in with brown terracotta. Just like that. And then with our brown terracotta, we are just going to go ahead and bring this back just like this. And I believe we are going to do that 3 rows. Just like that. And you can go ahead and drag this all the way back. This is just so the head can fit in here by 2 rows. So there we go. And that is the kind of hood down. And if you want to, we can even add a little bit of detail under here, kind of make it look like it actually is a hood. Kind of like that. May take out the corners just to make it a little bit more even. So there we go. So moving on to the head. So for the head, we're going to get out our, we don't need any of these gray blocks anymore. Get out our red terracotta and our white concrete, and we're going to bring the head forward by 2 rows with the red terracotta. And we're going to go ahead and connect those together. We're actually going to knock out the end rows here and replace them with red concrete. Just like that. And on this main row here, we're not going to worry about the red concrete as of right now. So this main row here, we're going to, actually won't need the gray concrete. Come on, work with me here. Thank you. So we're going to place 1 gray concrete here, then a red wool, then 3 red concretes, and then a gray concrete. Next row, we're going to place a red wool, 1 red concrete, 1 red wool, 2 red concretes, 1 red wool. Next row, we're going to do 2 white concretes, 2 red concretes, 2 whites. Next row, 1 red concrete, 1 red wool, 3 red concretes, 1 red wool. And then the next row, 1 red concrete, 1 red wool, and then 4 red concretes. And then we can start building out the hood. So we can go ahead and bring this up right here and bring this red concrete forward, of course. Just by 1, just like that. We're going to place a red wool just right here. And we're also going to place a red wool right here. On top of this, we're going to take the red wool up by 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2. And then all the rest of this is just going to be red concrete. So let's fill all this in. And that is the front of Red Hood done. Moving on to the sides, they're pretty simple. We're just going to make the entirety of the sides of the helmet red concrete. So just like this. Pretty simple stuff. And then we're going to bring all the red wool backwards on the top of the statue. And then we're just going to drag it all the way down. And then just go ahead and fill all this in. And just like that, once you have finished that, you will actually have finished your statue. Let me get rid of my hand here. So there we have it, guys. That is Red Hood. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. This guy was a lot of fun to design. So I know a lot of you guys were probably wanting this one. So here he is. So yeah, another member of the Bat fam. Words are really hard. Another member of the Bat family. So yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.